What if a single moment could ripple across the globe, altering the skies, the seas, and even the course of human history? In 1883, such a moment arrived, an earth-shattering explosion that would change the world forever. This is the story of Krakatoa. In 1883, the Earth witnessed one of the most powerful volcanic eruptions in recorded history. Krakatoa, a volcanic island nestled in the Sunda Strait between Java and Sumatra, unleashed an explosion so catastrophic that it altered the planet's climate, devastated surrounding regions, and captured the imagination of the world. This documentary unravels the story behind the eruption, exploring its causes, immediate impact, and enduring legacy. Krakatoa, part of the Pacific Ring of Fire, had long been a source of awe and fear for those living nearby. Prior to 1883, it had experienced smaller eruptions, but none foreshadowed the cataclysmic event that would come. For months leading up to the eruption, tremors and minor explosions signaled that the volcano was stirring. Yet, few could have predicted the scale of the disaster that awaited. Geological records indicate that Krakatoa's volcanic system had been building pressure for centuries. The tectonic activity in the region, the subduction of the Indo-Australian plate beneath the Eurasian plate, created the conditions for a massive release of energy. Scientists now know that these early warnings were the prelude to one of history's most devastating natural events. On August 26, 1883, Krakatoa erupted with unimaginable force. Over the course of 2 days, a series of massive explosions culminated in a final blast on August 27, which was heard as far away as 4,800 kilometers, 3,000 miles, in Australia and the island of Rodriguez near Mauritius. The eruption obliterated 2/3 of the island, sending a plume of ash and gas 80 kilometers, 50 miles, into the atmosphere. Pyroclastic flows raced across the sea, incinerating everything in their path, while the collapse of the volcanic cone triggered a series of devastating tsunamis. The explosion was so powerful that it disrupted air pressure globally, generating shock waves that traveled around the world 7 times. In nearby regions, day turned to night as thick clouds of ash blocked out the sun, creating an apocalyptic landscape. The sound of the eruption remains one of the loudest events ever recorded in human history. The tsunamis generated by the eruption were among its deadliest consequences. Waves as high as 40 meters, 130 feet, slammed into coastal villages in Java and Sumatra, wiping out entire communities. More than 36,000 people lost their lives, and countless others were displaced. Survivors described scenes of unimaginable destruction, with bodies littering the shorelines and the air thick with ash. These tsunamis did not merely claim lives, but also altered the physical geography of the region. Coastal areas were reshaped, and some islands were partially submerged, while others were entirely wiped off the map. The disaster underscored the devastating power of the sea when coupled with volcanic activity. Krakatoa's eruption had effects far beyond Southeast Asia. The immense volume of ash and sulfur dioxide released into the atmosphere created a veil of particles that circled the globe, causing spectacular sunsets and a dramatic drop in global temperatures. The volcanic winter that followed disrupted weather patterns, leading to crop failures and food shortages in some regions. Scientists later estimated that the eruption released energy equivalent to 200 megatons of TNT, more than 13,000 times the force of the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima. For months after the eruption, reports from around the world described eerie red and orange skies. These vivid sunsets, immortalized in artworks and literature, were a direct result of the particles suspended in the atmosphere. The global temperature drop, though temporary, highlighted the interconnectedness of Earth's climate systems. The Krakatoa eruption marked a significant moment in the history of science. For the first time, the global impact of a volcanic event was studied in detail, thanks to the recently invented telegraph, which allowed news of the eruption to spread rapidly. Scientists around the world collaborated to study its effects, leading to a greater understanding of atmospheric circulation and the interconnectedness of Earth's systems. The eruption also inspired advancements in volcanology, with researchers developing new methods to monitor and predict volcanic activity. One of the key scientific breakthroughs was the realization of the link between volcanic eruptions and climatic effects. This paved the way for modern climate science and our understanding of how natural events can impact global weather patterns. The story of Krakatoa captured the public's imagination, inspiring books, paintings, and even early films. The eruption's dramatic effects on the sky were immortalized in works of art, while its devastating power served as a sobering reminder of nature's might. The event also became a symbol of resilience for the communities that rebuilt in its aftermath, their stories of survival passed down through generations. In literature, the eruption was referenced in novels and scientific accounts that blended fact with fiction, further cementing Krakatoa's place in cultural history. Its impact on global consciousness was unparalleled, making it one of the most studied and remembered natural disasters of all time. In the years following the eruption, the affected regions faced immense challenges. Survivors worked tirelessly to rebuild their lives, while governments and international organizations provided aid. The disaster also prompted discussions about disaster preparedness and the importance of understanding natural hazards. Communities near Krakatoa displayed remarkable resilience, adapting to the changed landscape and honoring the memory of those who had perished. Monuments and memorials were erected, serving as reminders of the tragedy and the enduring spirit of those who endured it. In the decades following the eruption, a new volcanic island, Anak Krakatau, child of Krakatoa, began to emerge from the caldera left by its predecessor. Anak Krakatau remains active to this day, a living reminder of the 1883 disaster. Its periodic eruptions serve as a stark warning of the region's ongoing geological volatility and the potential for future catastrophes. Anak Krakatau has become a site of scientific study, with researchers monitoring its activity to better understand volcanic behavior. It also attracts tourists and adventurers, drawn by the allure of witnessing the raw power of nature. The 1883 eruption of Krakatoa was more than a natural disaster. It was a global event that reshaped the world. Its immediate destruction, far-reaching climatic effects, and impact on science and culture underscore the profound power of Earth's natural forces. By understanding the story of Krakatoa, we gain not only insights into our planet's dynamic systems, but also a deeper appreciation for the resilience of those who live in its shadow. Today, Krakatoa's legacy continues to inform disaster preparedness and environmental awareness. It serves as a reminder of humanity's vulnerability to natural forces and the importance of fostering a sustainable relationship with our planet. The story of Krakatoa is one of destruction and renewal, of devastation and resilience. Its eruption in 1883 was a defining moment in history, leaving an indelible mark on science, culture, and the environment. As we reflect on this catastrophe, we are reminded of the ever-changing nature of our world and the need to respect and understand the powerful forces that shape it. The legacy of Krakatoa lives on, both in the lessons it teaches and in the enduring spirit of those who have rebuilt their lives in its wake.